The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
Pollard streaks in. Touchdown. Parsons has sacked it. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
And now your hosts, Isaiah Stanback, Nick Harris, John Machota, and Kyle Yeomans.
It's a Say It With Your Chest Friday here on Talkin Cowboys, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company, the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys, as we welcome you into the SWBC studios at the Star in Frisco. Yes, Isaiah Stanback, I do have my Black Rifle Coffee Company.
I see you.
I've got it ready to go.
I see it. I like it.
Ready to roll. I'll have plenty of it on Tuesday, by the way, when we make the trip out to Black Rifle Coffee Company.
Can't wait.
Isaiah's always liked the fan interaction side of the show. I do.
Just two of them.
I like that.
You like that?
I like that.
That's Bart Scott and Kirk Cousins today. You got it already.
So it is a Say It With Your Chest Friday.
It is.
We normally do not have John Machota. We have Isaiah Stanback. Mm-hmm. We have Nick Harris. Chris Beam in the back, of course, doing great work. I'm Kyle Yeomans. And today we have the Talkin Cowboys debut of one Josh Rodriguez.
Let's go,
Rodriguez.
So, yeah, there's the live studio audience.
I didn't get that.
Settle down.
You did
Please.
not. You did not.
Never wow.
You didn't
You're
get
special,
it.
Josh.
You did get that, so stop.
Beam's like, I made sure it happened. I remember it like it was yesterday. Josh, welcome to the
Throwing
show,
the red
my friend.
flag.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, Josh Rodriguez, Film School University, also former backup right guard for Division 6A Little Elm Lobos. Let's
That's
go.
what I'm talking about, baby.
We're very bad team.
right.
We're going to break it down.
I played
needs
about
a
2
backup.
snaps per game, but fellow athlete to Mr. Isaiah here.
I'm a fellow athlete as
Games
well.
are won in the trenches, baby.
Also, eye candy of the pod. I know you guys
I agree.
needed some extra juice, some eye candy. This is what I'm here for you guys. I'm also a producer for the podcast.
Yes. So Josh has been behind the scenes this year. He's the one that helps get us on the air. I mean, first off, it's Beam and Josh. Those are the dream team duo that we've been great. We are on the air, right? You're in here. We're on the air, correct?
Oh, wait.
We're okay. We're good. Sweet. But with that being said, Josh has been on the mic before. You've
Yes.
been around the microphones for quite some time. You have your very own film podcast that's blown up on TikTok and a couple other platforms.
Yeah, there are too many movies. Check it out if you're into film. Yeah, like I said, I went to Film School University, so this is kind of a new avenue for me, but happy to talk about the boys.
And you've been a Cowboys fan for how long?
My entire life. Yeah. Just as long
Been
as I can
around the
remember.
team.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of young. I'm the youngest of the pod. Sorry, Nick. But no,
I didn't know that.
No, actually not.
Oh.
He's got me by like 9 years. But my first quarterback was Tony Romo. So like technically, he's still like my favorite Dallas Cowboys quarterback, even though that's kind of sacrilege around here.
I don't think it's that bad.
It's not that bad. This just shows my
Isaiah
age,
made it
right?
seem like
Everybody
it
has
was
an
that
opinion.
bad.
I didn't say anything. Everybody's entitled to their own
Isaiah
opinion.
hates on me for this take.
I would never.
Who's your favorite quarterback
My favorite quarterback
in Dallas Cowboys history?
in Dallas Cowboys history.
Mine is my favorite quarterback's also a wide receiver. That was Isaiah Stanback.
Get out of here, man.
Let's go.
Yeah,
It's never given
With,
the
with the cheap pop.
Mine's,
I like
mine's John Kitna then.
kid. I like JK.
Okay, no, you got to tell me
Brad
this memory of
Johnson,
John
baby.
Kitna. This is why you love John Kitna.
It's because of that 4th and 1 rollout where he ran like 39 yards against
The
the
one
Lions
that
back in
we
2011.
called back to
Yes.
earlier this year
Yes,
when
absolutely.
Dak did the same
Like whenever
thing.
I saw that, I was like, yes, favorite player ever.
So
That
anytime
could never be beat.
Dak scrambles for a bit and Nick's like,
He could scramble for like an 85-yard touchdown. Be
he's like,
like,
oh, that
not
reminds me
quite
of
John.
the old Kitna, the old John Kitna.
John Kitna and Brad Johnson, baby. Those are my guys.
Oh, Brad
those
Johnson.
are the two.
Those are my guys.
Brad Johnson, that's a call
Of Minnesota Vikings fame and of Dallas Cowboys backup quarterback
That's
fame.
it.
I love it. But yeah, Josh, welcome to the show. We're excited to have you.
Thank
we'll
you
be
very
popping
much.
in from time to time, mostly on Fridays. Filling in for John.
Joshy Fridays. That's kind of what we're calling it.
Joshy Fridays?
Joshy Fridays.
Okay.
I hope you guys are cool
I didn't
with
get
that.
that memo.
I've coined the term. I've trademarked it already, so we're kind of going with it going forward.
I was just about to look for it.
Darn. Didn't get it.
Got to be quicker.
Yeah, got to be quicker than that. Ooh. Speaking of quicker, the Cowboys have been really, really quick to heal. That was a bad transition.
I was wondering where you were going.
I was trying.
Is this my first podcast?
Yeah, dude. It's been a rough week. I got a parade to go to. The injury report yesterday looked better for the Cowboys as they got back on the practice field. Final full padded practice that they've had or that they will have going into the week against Philadelphia.
Yeah, so 4 players on the injury report yesterday. Chuma Edoga continuing to be listed as limited on the injury report. He's been battling the ankle injury that he suffered against the Rams, but he also added a knee injury onto that list, but remained limited. So that'll be something to kind of keep an eye on, especially because Tyron Smith is continuing to not practice. It looks like the goal is to get him on the practice field by Saturday in hopes that he can play on Sunday afternoon in Philadelphia. Starting to get a little worried about that left tackle situation with the knee injury popping up for Edoga. And then obviously Smith, he's kind of proved to be unreliable in the last few years. Excuse me. 2 others, Michael Gallup, he had an illness on Wednesday, was not even present in the building. He was back yesterday, full participant, no problems there.
That's good.
And then the same with Jaron Kearse, who has been battling a toe injury. And I asked Mike McCarthy about it in the press conference yesterday, and they said they were just being smart about it as far as keeping him out on Wednesday. But Thursday, full participant. Looks like he should be good to go the rest of the week.
I talked with Chuma Edoga yesterday during press availability, and I basically just asked him, how are you feeling? How was that low ankle? He said, man, I'm sore. I'm a little bit sore. Hasn't been perfect. And I asked him, I was like, well, have you been able to work in? And he is limited on the injury report. And he said, well, I've been active early in practice, but Awesome Richards has been getting the majority of the snaps. So, like you said, whenever it comes to the health of Tyron Smith, of course, he's unavailable at the moment. Chuma Edoga, who's that plug-and-play left tackle, who's done a nice job when in for Tyron Smith or whoever he's filling in for on that offensive line, he looks like he's severely limited. It's not even just a limited on the injury report. He's seen really a fraction of the snaps compared to the rookie Awesome Richards, who did fill in for him on Sunday. So that left tackle position, I don't think there's a spot on the calendar from this point forward that I would be more concerned about an injury up front than this matchup against the Eagles, Isaiah.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's definitely a problem. Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat.
Graham.
Yeah, Josh Sweat is going to be lined up against
He'll be on that.
tackle for
He'll
the
be on that
most part.
side. But I foresee them really just mixing things around. I know guys have their sides that they kind of stay on, but this week, I mean, there's no restraints.
Of course not.
When you have a rivalry game, everything that you traditionally do is kind of out the window. It's like now this is like a full-on. I don't want to say that because people are going to take it the wrong way. This is when you alter your game plan. This is when you go off course. Okay, if you have a traditional game plan that you kind of go and you elicit based upon your weekly opponent, this is when you grab your extra backpack, right? You grab your Dora backpack and you have the little thing that says backpack, and you start digging in that bag and just really adding to whatever it is you would normally do. And if you have a weak spot on your offensive line, this is the week that they are going to try to expose that. And it doesn't matter if they want to line up freaking Jordan Davis out there. I mean, this week we just see crazy stuff. Like, what is he doing over there?
So many new wrinkles that they can add just to mess with us. It is really a rivalry game.
And they have the personnel to do it.
Yeah.
They have so many numbers and players and veterans and rookies and young guys. I mean, it's just a mixture of.
And Jalen Carter is healthy, right?
You said what?
Jalen Carter is healthy. He's ready to go.
He was on the injury report with a hamstring, I believe, yesterday is what John was reporting. But
then we're winning the game.
It's done.
Continuing to be listed as full participant. Looks like he'll be ready to go. I think the only one that Philadelphia fans are a little concerned about is Sua Opeta, the starting right guard, which already there's kind of a hole at that right guard position. I know Eagles fans haven't been thrilled with Opeta. He's like the only one up front that has given them issues, but I don't want to get too deep into that because we got a key matchup segment coming up where he may or may not be listed, Anyway.
Key matchups. Jalen Carter, full participant with a back injury, and then Jordan Davis with a hamstring was limited in both Wednesday and Thursday's practice for the Eagles. Roby, the corner, did not practice with a a shoulder injury, and then Boston Scott did not practice with a non-injury related personal absence in both of those practices as well. So
Isaiah, you're feeling great about it then, right? You see that injury report and you're
Listen here.
full confidence. I see it.
Anytime you could look to the sideline,
it's a twinkle in his eyes.
Yeah.
see Derek Barnett, Brandon Graham, and Jalen Carter waiting to come in the game, it doesn't make you feel good.
No. I'm smiling through the pain.
Yeah, I know.
That rotation
They're just
is
waiting. They're like,
just nasty.
You need a breather? You need a breather? I'll give you a breather. Come on, let me get some rest. Let me get some
So,
rest.
with that being said, which player up front has to have their best game of the year?
Tyler Biotis.
It's got to be Tyler, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't think it can happen?
Versus a 4-3, when he has help, as we talked about in QB Vision, if he
He'll be
has
okay.
help, he'll have a combo block. He'll be okay. If I was the Eagles, well, they don't. Well, they probably do listen to our stuff.
Nah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3-4 causes more problems for Dallas because now you're isolating Tyler Biotis on Jordan Davis. Or if Jordan Davis is taking a breather, you Jalen Carter on Tyler Biotis. Or if Jalen Carter is taking a breather, Fletcher Cox on Tyler Biotis. Either one.
Or Milton Williams.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
We loved Moro Ajomo during the draft process, or at least I did. He ended up going, I believe, in the third round to the Eagles, and he's like easily their fifth or sixth best defensive interior lineman. And like he's good. Like he would probably be like a pretty severely rotational player at any other spot. But I was talking to Mike McCarthy yesterday on the Mike McCarthy show. I had just kind of asked him about
The little, yeah. Little plug for himself.
I had asked him about that defensive line, like what's the challenges, and I was like, Hassan Reddick, Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, like what's the challenge there? And you mentioned it right there. It's the depth. It's the depth that they have. There's always going to be a Pro Bowl type of defensive interior lineman that's going to be able to rotate in, and fresh and ready to go. I mean, these guys, they do a good job of splitting the snaps, making sure everybody remains fresh, even against quick pace offenses. Those guys are still able to get on and off the field. The interior offensive line is going to be really challenged. Biotis, if he has his best day on Sunday, then maybe something's able to shake.
It's like challenging somebody to race when they're in the middle of a conditioning. It's like just stepping in. You want to race now?
You want to keep going?
You're like 200 beeps to the pacer test.
Exactly.
He's like, hey man, let's do a quick 2-lap around this
Fresh
track.
body comes in and challenges you. You ready to go? I need a breather.
No, thanks.
It'd be like you challenging me to a race.
Ooh.
I think I'm putting my money on Harris. I really am.
Come on.
Hey, we did have a podcast challenge. We extended a challenge a couple years back.
It was true.
It was never accepted.
I hate that
Everybody
we're
ran
going back
away.
to this, by the way.
Everybody ran away. We called out the other podcast. Derek was like, well, we don't have to turn to sprint. We can do long distance. Nobody wants to run no long distance. When the last time you ran away from something for a long period of time?
Just a race.
I ran away from pit bulls in my neighborhood. Okay, pit bull didn't run past 2 blocks. Okay, this is a full-on sprint. You don't run around the block 17 times. That's what Derek wants to do. So we're not doing that.
He wants the pit bull to get lost.
Yeah, he wants the pit bull to get lost. Which way did he go? No, we're not doing that, Derek. You stick with your long distance.
It sounds effective.
No,
I mean, the
forget that.
pit bull doesn't get them right.
So the challenge is a race then.
It was a dead-out sprint. I called out. I called out everybody.
It was a sprint, and then it turned into the Olympics, and then it turned into a whole thing. I mean, it was like there was a scoring
the players'
system.
lounge. The players' lounge was scared.
I imagine so.
Easy, yeah.
Easily scared.
But now
Yeah.
Talkin Cowboys has a backup right guard. Like
Yeah,
I said.
it's done
They've
now.
never seen me pull
Game
before. You know what I'm
blouse.
saying?
It's
That veer
done.
action.
We had already recruited Chris Beam, so I mean,
Oh yeah, Chris Beam is probably the best athlete in
hands
our
down.
podcast.
Hands
studio.
down. Hands down.
I've heard stories of the legend of Beam in the flag football days back whenever they used to have a employee flag football league. There
Beam
were legends.
kicked my butt in a sport before.
Cornhole.
Yeah,
It's got to be
it's on ESPN. It has to be a sport.
He's the king.
ESPN, the Ocho.
I did.
Yeah,
He did. He destroyed.
he's done.
The verification.
Any other news and notes, Nick Harris?
I had one more, but now I have 2 more. Okay.
Nose and newts. Let's go.
Because I'm looking at a 2007 combine measurement from one Isaiah Stanback,
Oh, that's a
4.640.
news and note.
Well, no, that is definitely not.
That's what it says on Pro Football Reference. You need to.
I never ran it.
You need to
I
sue
never
them.
ran it because I came off of foot surgery. I was definitely a 4.3 guy.
So some Eric Scott stuff happening here with the thigh injury.
Name somebody who runs a 10.4 and 100 meters and runs a 4.6.
That's true. That's true.
It's not a thing.
Maybe you're just a long speed guy.
not a
You
thing.
get it on the back end.
Latin, no.
My last news and note, and this is in honor of Say It With Your Chest Friday.
Love it.
DeMarcus Lawrence yesterday in the locker room. It feels like every week, like we go to, and this is not against the players. I mean, I get it, but every week in the locker room, they're like, yeah, this is no different matchup. This is just a game. Got to take it week by week. Blah blah blah. The NFL kind of repertoire of what you say in that moment. But DeMarcus Lawrence kind of gave us a little bit of oomph yesterday. He said, we're not going to sugarcoat it like the Eagles don't have a good team. They're one of the best teams in the league, and if we want to solidify ourselves and say who we are and beat our chest, we have to come out with this win, simple and said. So
I like that, man.
Yeah.
I like that because everybody's giving Micah a bunch of crap for being real. Like, people want Micah and want the guys whenever they speak up because they're, shut up and play football type of deal. Yeah. When the guys do speak up and they give the real, people are like, "Oh, how dare you say that about an opponent?" Like, what? Like, what do you want me to? You want me to lie? You want me to make you feel better? Are we in this feelings? Is that we're in the feelings era?
Well, sometimes you want to show. Sometimes they want you to say, "Oh, the Cowboys are we're the best." Just that overarching confidence that's not real.
Get that Willie foo crap out of here. These guys are real. Your opponent's real. Acknowledge that they're real. Hit them in the mouth. Meet them in the doggone middle of the field.
Let's go. I'm ready to play this game. No, it's so nice whenever they get out of the whole the post game sort of script of like we're going to give 110%. We're going to go out there and play good, and everyone wants us to play good, and we're going to play really good tonight.
There's no such thing as 110.
No. Let's go.
I don't believe that. I hate that.
Let's be real.
I hate when people say that.
Except you can give 110.
You can't give 110%.
Sure you can.
There's only 100%.
Wait. Yeah, the math checks out on that. Yeah.
Quick note and text from one of our great friends, Nathaniel Newton. Shout out to Nate. He said, "You want to set the challenge and set the rules? It don't work that way. I challenged you to a buffet eating contest." I think he's talking to you, Isaiah.
All right, lunch on me.
Deal. This sounds fun. The added part of DeMarcus and what he had to say, I love the fact that he gave the real answer, but he also didn't allow for any bulletin board material. All he's talking about is what Dallas has to do.
Correct.
What their mindset is. Not anything to do with the Eagles.
No disrespect to the Eagles.
Zero disrespect.
You give respect to your opponent.
100%.
And then you go out there and you talk about
rivalry or not.
Do.
I mean, they're a great team.
Yeah. I think that's a real answer from DeMarcus Lawrence, and I liked it. I really did. I liked what Dak said yesterday. He was asked about the Texas Rangers. He was asked about winning the World Series and did he watch the game and is he a Rangers fan? Just all these little things for the local media. But he said the thing that stuck out to him, and I liked his answer here, was the post-game reaction, the post-game interviews, and what those guys said that allowed them to be successful and for the Rangers to get to that point. He talked about Nathaniel Lowe and Nathan Eovaldi and some of these other guys that in that clubhouse for the Rangers had a winning culture and a winning mindset. Even when they were losing back at the middle of the season, toward the back half of the schedule. It's a long season, but they peaked at the right time and they found their way into the playoffs and then, of course, took advantage. Dak said that that's something that he feels like they can echo in this locker room. Of course, it's the MLB and the NFL, two completely different animals from a sports standpoint, but some of those things do transfer over, and I think a locker room mindset and a winning culture certainly can transfer over, and Dak Prescott took note of that from the Rangers and the way they wrapped it up on Wednesday.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot to take from that. Mike McCarthy said the same thing this morning on the Fan. He was asked, can you take anything away from a baseball champion or basketball champion or hockey champion and be like, okay, can we take aspects of like what they did or like the culture that they had and apply it to the program? And Mike McCarthy was like, yeah, all the time. So there's definitely stuff you could take away from the Rangers. But I think something funny, whenever he was on that little tangent about the Rangers, he was like, yeah, I was never really a big baseball fan growing up, but whenever I came here and got drafted by Dallas, obviously got really invested in the Rangers. He was like, but really, I just kind of grew up a Braves fan because they were always on TV. And so I look over to Patrick Walker and he's just got this smile, this evil grin. I'm like, Patrick,
big time
Patrick, get out of here, man. Like, no one, we know.
We walked away from that moment, and Pat was like, "Did you hear that?"
I bet he did.
Did you hear that? He goes, he grew up a Braves fan. I was like, no, he said he grew up watching the Braves. And doesn't mean he's a Braves fan. I mean, I watched the Braves growing up too, but I was a Rangers fan. I mean, they were on TBS. Everybody watched them growing up. They were on a national network every night. It's different. It's different.
I also watched the Power Rangers growing up.
Were you a big fan?
Not the biggest fan.
Not
no.
the biggest fan.
Yeah, I wouldn't call myself a fan. I definitely watched it growing up.
But lots to take out of locker room
So much
yesterday.
different than mine.
Yeah, a little bit different. All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, we've got Nick's key matchups. Which matchup should you will be watching between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday? Plus, we've got our Pick'em segment coming up in 2 segments. You can go ahead and get on the phone line if you want to maybe try and beat the crowd. 888-855-2297. We'll take your call in the final segment, but we've got matchups to talk about when we come back on Talkin Cowboys.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. It's not complicated.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Black Rifle Coffee Company serves premium coffee to people who love America. When you drink Black Rifle coffee, you are directly supporting veterans, law enforcement, and first responders in your community. Black Rifle's expert roasters love coffee almost as much as Texas loves football, so it makes sense that America's Coffee partnered with America's team. Go online at blackriflecoffee.com and fuel up with the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys. That's blackriflecoffee.com to fuel up today.
Cowboys fans, after that move, we've just coined the term Rowdy Replay. Let's roll back the tape.
Okay, there's our mascot Rowdy cheering on the boys. And now he's on his phone, on his Bank of America mobile banking app?
Staying on top of his finances with his virtual financial assistant, Erica.
Bank of America's digital tools are so impressive. Cowboys fans just can't stop banking. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/can't stop banking.
Erica is only available in the English language. You must download the latest version of the mobile banking app, only available on select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. Member FDIC.
Welcome back into Dear Doctor, the show where I answer life's questions with an ice-cold can of Dr. Pepper. Sheila, let's hear from our next caller, would you?
Dear Doctor, my friend supported me during a tough time, but what's the right gift that says, thanks for being a shoulder to cry on?
Okay, this one's easy. I say give her a delicious Dr. Pepper. Nothing says, thanks, girl, better than a one-of-a-kind soda. Yes, any Dr. Pepper flavor will do. Now, just a reminder that I don't need to be a real doctor to know that Dr. Pepper is the one you deserve.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
Back here on Talkin Cowboys, this portion of the show is brought to you by Quaker Oats, a super trusted superfood. Quaker Oats, the official oatmeal sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. I bet Isaiah could beat Nate in an oatmeal eating contest.
Oh, yes.
Quaker,
No,
sponsored by Quaker Oats.
Some crazy.
Nathaniel Newton loves oatmeal.
Does he?
More than any human being I've ever met. Like there will be a full breakfast spread, and he's like, "Where's the oatmeal?" And then he just adds brown sugar.
I love oatmeal
That's the
too.
only thing
Brown sugar and craisins for me, man.
Yep, I'm the same way.
Raisins
or raisins, I'll take either.
I'll take either too.
I just do the blueberries.
Gotta have a little fiber.
I got to do the blueberries.
Why not just go Raisin Bran?
I like Raisin Bran.
Because you've got
We're talking
Quaker
about
Oats.
the oatmeal sponsor of the Dallas
You're
Cowboys.
right. You're right.
You've
You're
got Quaker
100%
Oats.
right.
Why would you go Raisin Bran?
That's terrible.
It's like you haven't had your Black Rifle.
While
coffee
you are a
together.
sponsor's dream, I am a sponsor's nightmare.
If you had to blend 2 cereals together, what would they be?
Oh my
What?
goodness! I would go Cinnamon Toast Crunch for sure.
Okay.
That's the number one.
Yeah, we gotta
that's
start
your
there.
left tackle
That's how
of
you start.
cereals.
Yeah.
That's your left tackle of cereal.
It's true.
Gosh, and
You wouldn't, hold on. You wouldn't blend
hold
your
on.
cereals?
And the Cinnamon Life.
No.
And like the Cinnamon Life.
Cinnamon Life.
So like you put them
Cinnamon
together.
Life and Cinnamon Toast Crunch are like neck and neck to me.
Yeah, but
Two
those are
like-
so
Put them
similar.
yeah, but you put
It's
them
too
together,
similar.
it's
I
like
can't
a
put 'em
different
together.
crunch.
I
It's
can't
a-
put them together.
It's a different crunch.
I don't know if I've ever had Cinnamon Life.
What?
Yeah, I don't
Cinnamon
think I
Life,
have.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch are like
Yeah.
Top tier
It's
soggy cereal.
It's also probably been
Yeah.
10 years since I've had Cinnamon Toast Crunch too.
It's basically an
It's been a
oatmeal.
long time.
pretty much. It gets soggy pretty quick. Cinnamon Toast Crunch and I'm probably Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Raisin Bran.
See, I was between Cinnamon Life and
Quaker
Raisin Bran,
Oats.
so we could be cereal buds. We really could.
You're
at this
really
table.
on that
You
raisin.
know, I almost opened up a cereal restaurant.
Are you serious? That doesn't surprise me.
I
at
still
all,
have the
actually.
trademark for it.
What
it
is
called?
What's the trademark?
You have a trademark. What's it called?
Can't tell anybody.
It's trademark.
It's trademarked.
I know, but I still might do something with it. I don't want people. You have to sue somebody. Just because it's trademark, you still got to spend money to protect it.
All right, fair enough.
Okay. Yeah.
I would go to that all the time. That sounds great. No, you got to do Count Chocula.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't do chocolate cereal.
No chocolate cereal
That's
at all?
not me. But go ahead. That's your thing.
All right, maybe Fruity Pebbles then to satisfy.
Ooh,
Isaiah.
I love Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles plus
Captain Crunch too.
Beamer, you be ever thinking about yours, Beamer?
Frosted Flakes.
I would do Golden Grahams.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, and then just the marshmallows from Lucky Charms.
Let's
Ooh.
go. Let's
Separate the
go.
marshmallows
Dude,
from the
that's
charms.
That's some next level
That's a game
thinking from
changer.
Beam.
That is some work right
That's
there.
Too much work right
That's why
there.
they call him the serial
you can
killer.
get the
dude.
marshmallows separately. You can order that.
You can.
Yeah. So you can
We're
order it
talking
separately.
about grabbing 2 boxes, or you're out of one.
You're
Box
talking
has
about
like
going
one
to
box has a
Albertsons
Scotia left.
down the road.
You have
and
a
make it
Scotia
work.
cereal left in the box. You
could
grab
put
the
it
other
in
one. You're
there.
like, I'm doing this.
It sounds like something that like would only be available in Canada. It's like just the marshmallows and Lucky Charms.
No, you're telling me you've never had Oops All Mellows?
No.
It's the same thing.
It's just like Captain Crunch Berries. Oops.
You didn't say yours.
What?
What's yours?
I don't. I'm not a big cereal guy.
You will be.
I don't even know who you are right now. I don't even know who you
Stop
are
it,
right
Beam.
This guy's a Nutribar for breakfast.
now. What's your
dude.
sleeper pick for cereal? One that most people wouldn't think about.
That's tough. That is so tough. Lucky Charms.
No, everybody thinks about Lucky Charms.
Everybody thinks
Dude,
about Lucky Charms.
Yeah, they're phenomenal.
Dude, my kids will kill a box of Lucky Charms
yes.
like a day.
Oh
My
no,
house
it's
too.
impossible.
What you got, Beamer? I need a sleeper pick.
Captain
Cereal.
Crunch.
Captain Crunch
That's
Berries.
not a sleeper.
That's so
the berries.
good.
The berries might be a sleeper.
Captain Crunch Berries.
I don't think I have.
That's the only
the roof of
box.
your mouth is
that is the
Chocolate's
only
pretty good.
box
You
of
ever had
cereal
that?
I have in
Which
my
one you
house
say?
right now. Is
Lucky
the
Charms
berries.
chocolate. Have you seen
that
that one?
sounds
That was
disgusting.
great.
I thought you were
I
gonna say
don't know
like
why
Cookie
we're still
Crisp or something.
talking about this.
Talking breakfast. Nate Newton says Frosted Flakes and Raisin Bran.
Okay, Nate, I see you there.
Talking breakfast.
I see you. My sleeper pick, Smacks.
Ooh,
okay.
Honey Smacks.
The
Let's
Honey
go,
Smacks
dude.
are good. There we go.
It has a frog on it, doesn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
Talking desayuno. All right. Y'all ready for key matchups?
Let's go, matchups.
yeah, please.
I knew we were coming to matchups, so I figured we'd do the matchups of cereal
The
first.
text line will only be cereals going forward.
Yes,
Send them in.
please. What would you mix your cereals as? Text line. Send it right now. Let me give you the text number.
Let's go.
817-290-3298. All right.
Winner gets an
your
autographed Nick Harris.
Get some Quaker
Football.
Oats.
Raisin Bran box.
Ooh,
There you go.
deal.
Yeah.
I would love that. All right, first matchup: Frosted Flakes versus Raisin Bran. Right?
No, we're gonna start with, and I know I've mentioned it a lot this week. I think I asked earlier this week if you could pick one defensive lineman to have their best game on Sunday afternoon, who would it be? I said Osa Odigizua. Yeah. So I want to see him and Sua Opeta. I want to see Osa be able to take advantage of that matchup. Okay. I think that's an advantage he has both in strength and athleticism, and that's rare whenever you're in the trenches. You either have the advantage in one or the other, but I think here Osa's got the advantage in both. If Sua Opeta is healthy, playing at right guard, I think Osa has an advantage. And even if they fill in with a younger guy that's not as experienced, I think Osa has an advantage. You know, we saw earlier in the season, Osa Odigizua really started to show what he had been able to work on over the offseason, both with his boxing training and getting in the weight room. I mean, he looks miles beyond what he looked last year. And last year, he still looked great. I'm talking physically. And then he's been able to translate that onto the field over the course of 2 or 3 games. And then it feels like the last couple of games we just haven't seen him as much. I think this is a really good opportunity for him to go up north to Philadelphia, Lincoln Financial Field, and be able to take advantage of a matchup.
He's got to find a way to hold the line of scrimmage. That's the number one thing. You can get penetration and you can find your way in the backfield. That's one thing. But if you can't make that happen against Jalen Hurts, just hold your ground, right? You got to just stand strong at the line of scrimmage.
You got to make a think back there.
I think
exactly.
I think you need penetration. In
Okay,
the
so
interior.
you think it's
I
the
don't think
opposite.
standing your ground would be enough versus this offense because too much of what they do has somebody pulling or going around or going across the formation to go have a block.
But at least you standing your ground allows for guys to get free. If you're through the middle, guys are getting up to the second level, right?
No. So against this team, if you've just stand your ground, then a tackle is pulling and kicking out your second level guy because your second level guy is going to present himself. He's going to get kicked out. Okay?
Yeah.
They plan for that. If you're just standing your ground, the tight end is going across the formation. And he's doing the same exact thing as offensive lineman is going to do. Right. So pulling, going across the formation, whatever you want to say. If you get penetration, you blow all of that up. right? You take away their puller. You take away their ability to read properly. You take away their ability to hand the ball off. So you negate a lot of things if you can get some penetration. But you got to remember who's their center. They're not playing against the average Joe. Their center's pretty doggone good. And you have to be able to get some penetration against him, against those one-on-one matches, if not combos. A lot of times you're doing a lot of combo blocks in there. So leverage is a thing. Leverage is a real thing. You can't be playing up high. A lot of times when you want to be explosive, a lot of guys stand up tall and they start trying to use their hands instead of using their leverage. This is a leverage game. It always is a leverage game, but more so in this game, you have to get low and try to split some guys.
Who do you I have an alternate question. This is more of a fan question. Who do you want to see on A.J. Brown most of the game?
If they're shadowing,
it's tough.
I would go Gilmore just because I think he could be more physical.
No, I don't.
He's the longer presence, but also I think you have advantages with Deron Bland being able to play on the other side of him just because he's kind of got that ball hawk mentality and he can go up and try to make contested catches a little bit more difficult.
I'm going to go DB. The reason why, because DB, I think he is in a position to be able to run with him, right? And whether A.J. Brown's not somebody that you right off the bat think, okay, his dude's going to run by me. But even if he gets half a step, that's open, right? Half a step or half a body, that is open for him because of his ability to make contested catches. Right?
But that forces you to put Gilmore on the faster option of Devontae Smith.
And then he eats.
And you're okay with that?
First of all, let me get this right. Don't play man.
Yeah.
Period.
Let's put
Zone all the way through.
Let's put that out there. Do not. You don't have.
I'm
the
actually
personnel.
glad you said that because
you don't have the personnel to match up man. You just don't. And playing man against them will get you all kinds of messed up based upon some of the things that they do and the responsibilities that you would have because now you're literally running around trying to follow guys all over the place, right? As they're doing all this crossing and zigzagging and bunches and formational changes, like you're going to be screwed up trying to follow your guy. So it's a lot easier just to pass off responsibilities. Now, I say that as if it's easy. It's not easy, but you can communicate properly, then your responsibilities get taken care of.
Yep.
If I'm following you, right, and it was man, and all of a sudden you run through a bunch of guys, it's hard for me to follow you, right? You're gonna get 2 or 3 bodies away from me, and all of a sudden you catch a little 2-yard pass and you turn it up for 20, right? If we play zone, all of a sudden, okay, you want to go that way, Kyle, over. And I can tell him right now. Now he takes it. Now I take any responsibility that's coming towards me.
Yeah.
All right. So there's pros and cons. You can scheme up.
You got to be
those things as well,
though.
but communication. One of our coaches told me a long time ago. There's no such thing as over communicating. There's no such thing, right? So over communicate, but I'd rather over communicate and them know what we're doing versus trying to follow somebody all over the doggone field versus this offense.
You're really going to miss Van Der Esch here, though, as far as communication goes.
Yep.
I agree.
Yep.
That's what I'm going to be saying to Kyle in the parade later on whenever there's Miller Lights being thrown into the crowd. Kyle, over. Grab it.
Got it. Teamwork, baby.
Second matchup that I have highlighted here is CeeDee Lamb versus Darius Slay and James Bradbury because he's not going to see just one guy. He's going to see a variation of corners. Well, we've talked about this week, and I feel really confident in this, the fact that I think this offense can really succeed outside of the numbers on Sunday afternoon. That's where Dak has lived through the first 7 games, and especially early on, they've kind of integrated more down the middle of the field in the last couple of games, and it's helped kind of facilitate that offensive success. But I think they can go back to what their basics are outside the numbers and get CeeDee Lamb involved on the sideline, get Michael Gallup, Brandon Cooks involved on the sideline. But the reason I highlight CeeDee Lamb is just because he can do all of those things, and he can take advantage of both of these specific corner matchups. That is the one hole on this Philadelphia team, really. We talked about right guard on the offensive side. On the defensive side, I feel it's the boundary corners. They have not had a strong start to the season. There's been a few receivers that have been able to take really good advantage of them, and a lot of quarterbacks have been able to take advantage of them outside the numbers. So I think if Dak and CD can find that outside number game a little bit, if you will, then I think there's offensive success on the other end.
By the way, I don't know if I've seen this many text messages from our text line in one specific moment other than a Cowboys loss. And I'm talking about the cereals. These cereals are
everybody loves cereal but you, Kyle.
I like cereal. I'm just not a big cereal guy.
Like and love are two different things.
See, that's the thing. I don't love cereal.
That's crazy.
But I like cereal.
You see how many people love it?
There's a lot of people that love cereal.
Yeah, everybody loves cereal. Most. I can't say
I'll give you a rundown when we start the third segment. But I think those matchups, 2 for 2 in my regard. I think it starts in the trenches. I tweeted this out yesterday. I gave some matchups on the Twitter graphic yesterday. But
nice graphic, by the way. Did you do that?
Thank you. Yeah.
That's nice.
Photoshop group.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
But Putting it out on the graphic, I said trenches. Whoever wins the battle of the line of scrimmage is going to win this game, and I truly do believe that. If you can control the line of scrimmage from either standpoint, you're going to have a shot to win it.
You like Hankins on Kelsey, or do you like Osa on Kelsey?
Osa.
I like neither of them on Kelsey. I just want to put I want to put them like in the 3 or 5. I don't want them lining up straight up.
I don't think either one of them is a wrong answer because neither one of them is a right answer. I would probably say Jonathan Hankins, just to eat up the middle, just to hold the line of scrimmage. I'm telling you, I in watching the film, I think that's my biggest key.
I just don't think Osa's getting enough love at all.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He's really come out of his shell and really impacted the game, every game that he's been in, even in our catastrophic losses.
Yeah,
he's still really good.
Yep.
Give me Osa.
All right, final matchup.
Yeah, my final matchup here, and I wanted to really highlight. I don't know how the fans feel about this, but I really love this left tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles, Jordan Mailata. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jordan Mailata, former rugby player, one of the few Australians in the entire NFL, and 6'8", and just an absolute bruiser at left tackle. Like if he wasn't wearing that green jersey with the white wing on top, he'd be one of my favorite players in the NFL. Just because he's such a bruiser, he's really athletic off that left side too, and he's having a really good season so far this year. So him against Micah Parsons, whenever they are lined up, that's gonna be really
like, oh,
nar. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a really fun matchup.
I'm getting it.
Yeah. That's how they say it.
Can you imagine a 6'8" rugby player?
Dude.
Screw that. My wife played rugby.
That's impressive.
Is she 6'8"?
She's definitely not. I don't think I can have a 6'8" wife.
Oh, Lord.
Mine is 6'5".
Wow.
Was she a rugby player?
No, she's not.
Halfway there.
Just trying to fit in. Go.
Almost got it.
No, but wait, what is the, I guess, what I ask here on this final key matchup is, we've seen Micah Parsons move around the defensive line throughout the entirety of the season. He'll line up over center. He'll come off the right side, come off the left side.
Yeah.
What advantages do you see him just on his offensive line in general? And then how excited are you for the matchup with Jordan Mailata?
Honestly, I would do what Dan Quinn has been doing over some of the recent opponents and put Micah Parsons over the center.
Mm-hmm.
I want to piss off Kelsey.
Sounds good to me.
Piss him off. Right off the bat.
That sounds
right
awesome.
off the bat.
That sounds great.
If you can frustrate the man who's responsible for making all the calls and get him to be focused on on one guy, I don't think that giving Micah space against Kelsey one-on-one, you're going to win that more times than not. Now, you're going to lose sometimes. These are two really good players. But I would take that matchup. I would take him, and I'm not saying the whole game.
Yeah.
Right? But I want that matchup. I want to attack him. I would start the game letting him know, I'm coming at you right now. We're not afraid. We're coming right downhill.
And you do that enough, you can also drop him in coverage.
Yeah.
You would have to almost exclusively do it on passing downs, though, and that's what we've seen throughout the year whenever Micah is lined up over center. So, the very first third down and medium that they have, you throw them over center.
Absolutely.
Like 3rd and 5
Absolutely.
and beyond.
Call them out.
Yeah.
Call them out.
I love that. I do love that.
Yep.
So there's your matchups to watch. Love it as always. We have some pick'em segments to update, some standings. Plus, we'll get Josh rolling in the pick'em category as well. We've got some games to select. We also have a new leader in the clubhouse who had a perfect week last week, went undefeated. I'll tell you who it is when we come back right after this on more Talking Cowboys.
They say champions are remembered, but legends are never forgotten. United Ag & Turf offers a winning lineup of John Deere equipment built to tackle any challenge on and off the field. Legendary John Deere tractors, combines, residential mowers, commercial mowers, compact construction equipment, Gator utility vehicles, and a full line of golf and sports turf equipment. United Ag & Turf, the official Ag & Turf equipment supplier of the Dallas Cowboys. Visit UnitedAgAndTurf.com to find a location near you.
Are you ready to take coffee off your grocery list forever? Black Rifle Coffee Club is here to help. As a coffee club member, you'll get your favorite coffees roasted, packaged, and shipped to your door free of charge on your preferred schedule. Set it, forget it, and never run low on coffee again. Members also get exclusive deals on coffee, products, and discounts from partner brands. Ease your mind and let Black Rifle worry about your coffee supply. Go to blackriflecoffee.com to join the coffee club today.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. It's not complicated.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
This segment of Talking Cowboys is brought to you by Invisalign, not a super trusted superfood, but Invisalign.
The super trusted superfood.
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect. Yeah, it works out. Invisalign, the official smile of the Dallas Cowboys. Speaking of super trusted superfoods, here. Oh man, there's a lot of these. Let me see how many I can get through these. Okay, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cheerios Oat Crunch. Sleeper is Apple Jacks.
That's a good sleeper.
Ooh, Apple Jacks.
That's a good sleeper.
Really
That's an excellent sleeper.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch with Cocoa Puffs. Kenton Las Cruces said that one.
Can't do chocolate cereal.
Total.
Special K chocolate.
What?
Total.
Not total.
Stop this.
Total.
Stop this. You're fired.
Just take a fiber supplement.
Mario in South Texas says King Vitamin. I don't even know what that is, Mario. We're going to have to figure that one out. Captain Crunch Peanut Butter.
Yeah, that's the traditional.
Yeah, that sounds pretty nice. Lucky Charms and Honey Nut Cheerios to mix.
You've had a Captain Crunch.
I like
Captain Crunch, not the peanut butter.
Yeah, I've never had the peanut butter one.
Isn't it?
No, it's not.
No.
It's like a corn crunch.
Yeah, it's something weird. Waffle Crisp, Cinnamon Toast Crunch with Reese's Puffs cereal. Now that sounds fun. I haven't tried that, but I would do that.
I'm just not a chocolate cereal guy.
See, but that'd be fun.
I think I'm with you.
Don't think about Pops. You guys are just brothers.
Cocoa Krispies.
I mean,
You want to know? You want to know one of my favorite combos?
Cereal
is?
brothers.
Pops and honeycombs.
Honeycombs bang. Honeycombs bang.
Pops and honeycombs.
Pops, though. Gotta have
that combination.
It's in the title. You got to have the Pops.
I don't think I've ever had Pops either.
I hope we don't have an official cereal sponsor because we
if
have
not, we're
definitely
just we wrecked all
we're
of
getting
that.
a memo. We're getting
Control
If we do, they haven't
podcast.
sent me a box, so it's not official. Okay.
I do not think we do. I think we're okay.
No, they need to send me a box.
Raisin Bran Crunch from Jazz.
I'm with you. I like that. Get a little hearty.
Sleeper Life Cinnamon cereal.
Absolutely,
Life, right.
absolutely. Cinnamon Life. Yeah,
right.
Cinnamon Life.
Yeah, that's my 1B.
Okay.
Shout out to my father. He was the biggest Cinnamon Life eater of all
Really?
time. Yeah,
People don't know about it.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
You just got to get to it fast because it will get soggy.
Yeah,
It will get
It
soggy.
will, very
But that's
fast.
arguably that's when it's the best.
I like a good
It's like a little soup.
There you go.
I like a little.
All right, let's update these standings. A little soup.
Yeah.
Stand back standings.
Gross. All right, standings update. We have a new tied for last place. John Machota and Isaiah Stanback are bringing up the rear right
Let's
now.
go, baby. I can see everybody.
Isaiah went 4-2 last week. John went 5-1, so John caught up to Isaiah, 24-18 overall. In third place, we have Nick Harris, one game up from that. He went 5-1 last week, got out of the cellar, made things happen, 25-17. The fans are in second place with 27-15, and after a perfect week, a 6-0, predicted the 40 burger, predicted Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp would be under 100 yards, and I got every single game right. Kyle Yeoman's now in the lead with 29 wins and 13 losses.
That's
on the
legend.
So
season.
you're up by how many games?
I am up by 2 games on the fans, 4 games on Nick, and 5 games on you guys.
4 on me.
Mm-hmm.
How did that
You are
happen?
25-17.
There's some pencil whipping going on over here.
You can go back and look at it.
like the slow
It's all
creep.
on tape.
Slow creep.
It is all on tape.
See my opponent.
The long con.
See my opponent.
Anthony Miami went 4-1 last week, 5-1 with the Cowboys win. Let's go with Kent in Las Cruces today. Kent, I see you chiming in on the text line as well. Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Cocoa Puffs, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I like it.
Oh, you just brought back a good memory, though, the mention of honeycombs. I completely forgotten about that one. But honeycombs with natural honey.
That's a good one.
That just sounds phenomenal.
Yeah, that sounds
would-
amazing.
On the way to the parade, we need to pick up some cereal.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, that actually sounds fun.
Hit up Isaiah's cereal bar.
Trademarked, by the way. Trademarked. All right, we've got some really good games this week. I was just kind of scanning through the slate from the NFL. This is a great week of football. Let's start things off overseas in Germany. Dolphins, Chiefs. 8:30 Central Time on Sunday morning. Dolphins and Chiefs. Nick, I'll let you start.
Yeah, our former reporter Haley Sutton is going to be in the building out there in Frankfurt, so shout out to her. And it's going to be a great game. I'm very excited about this one, and it's perfect because it's going to be right at 9:30 a.m. I'll be sitting in the hotel in Philadelphia.
Oh, 9:30 Eastern.
Sitting in Philadelphia, so I'm going to take the Dolphins here. I think they get a win here. I think if there's a rematch in the playoffs, I like the Chiefs more. But I'm going to take the Dolphins to go ahead and take AFC supremacy here in the Germany.
What do you think, Josh?
The Germans. Casey does not take 2 L's in a row. Casey.
I'm of the same thought process. Give me the Chiefs. Isaiah?
I love it.
Kent.
Yeah, I was really concerned about their inability to protect Patrick Mahomes, but I don't see the Chiefs losing 2 in a row, so I'll take the Chiefs.
Yeah. Vikings and the Falcons, both teams 4-4. Both teams going in different directions, though. Isaiah, I'll let you start with this one. Vikings at Falcons.
Vikings at Falcons. Let's go.
It is noon Kirk Cousins again, by the way.
Kirk Cousins.
No,
it's Detroit.
It's noon Josh Dobbs.
It's actually
I forgot about that.
It's actually noon Jaron Hall.
Kirk.
Yeah.
Jaron Hall.
Jaron Hall.
Yeah.
And is Desmond Ritter even going to start for the Falcons?
Taylor Heineke.
Oh my gosh.
Taylor Heineke.
What is happening?
I thought that's what you meant by different
Pour me a
direction.
Heineke.
Yeah, I like Heineke.
No, I meant the Vikings have been winning. I completely just forgot about the Kirk Cousins injury.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Completely blanked on.
Falcons.
Falcons?
Dirty Bird.
Man.
I'm taking the Falcons as well.
Dirty Bird, baby.
What do you think, Josh?
Heineke's the truth.
Yeah,
Falcons.
I like Heineke.
He's really good. He just needs a good team around him. He's solid.
I like him.
The way he went up bar for bar against Tom Brady in the playoffs.
No, he did.
Yeah, he
Give me
did.
Taylor
He definitely
Heineke.
did. Kent, who you got on this one?
Yeah, I got the Falcons. I think that loss of Cousins is going to be too much for them to overcome.
I'm going to take my flag and I'm going to plant it here on Kyle Island for the Vikings. Give me Minnesota to win a weird one. I think that's just a weird game, so I don't have any confidence. I'm just going to try and pick up a game here. All right, Seahawks and Ravens. Seahawks at 5-2. The Ravens at home at 6-2 with Lamar Jackson. We'll let our resident Seahawks. Oh yeah, Dirty Birds, right?
Ravens.
I got tweets for doing that earlier.
Yeah, they're both birds.
Yeah.
They're both birds. There's a
Yeah.
Seahawk and a Raven.
Ravens are they just eat
But you're flapping your wings.
Let's go freaking Seahawks, baby. You know what it is. Huh?
Give me
In the
more
throwbacks. I would love to see the
Let's
throwbacks.
go. The throwbacks are coming back when they come down here.
Yeah.
Oh, are they
they'll
really?
wear the
Those
throwbacks
are
in
so
Dallas.
clean.
Yeah. Dallas
We'll be
better
at that
bring-
game,
they
by
better
the
bring
way.
some fire.
We'll be at that game. We're going to be
They'll
at
still
two
be
of the
the
next
second
3
best
home
jersey
games.
on
High five. Very nice.
Pre-game live, 2 of the next 3 home games out at AT&T Stadium in the East Plaza, just so you know.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I got to go with the Seahawks here.
Mm.
I got to go with the Seahawks.
Okay.
I like that defense. I like the Baltimore defense.
Their defense got better. Defense definitely got better.
Give me B more at home.
What?
Baltimore
Frank
has
Clark
the better
and
quarterback.
Leonard Williams?
Baltimore has the better quarterback. Neither one of them can't stop Lamar Jackson. Give me the Ravens. Kent.
Yeah, I got the Ravens.
Got the Ravens. All right,
So
3
coming
games
back.
down, 2 more to go before the Cowboys. Bills at Bengals. 5-3 Bills, 4-3 Joey B in the Bengals at home. Sunday Night Football this week. This is a good matchup.
I think the Bengals are playing their best football right now. Joe Burrow has been able to find a stride. They're back at home. It's a Sunday night matchup. I'm glad that they got this game in, especially after what happened last year in this game in Cincinnati. So I'm going to take the Bengals.
Even though you have love for the Bills QB there.
I do like me some Josh Allen. I really do. But I think I like Joe Burrow more.
No, you don't.
Lies.
Lies.
I actually think Joe Burrow is a better quarterback than Josh Allen, so I will say Bengals at home get it done. Sunday Night Football. Josh.
I want to see the Bengals win. I really
Okay.
do. I think I'm going with Bengals.
Bengals. All right.
I'm feeling positive for
Feeling
them.
positive.
Oh, yeah.
The Bengal Two Tigers get it done. Isaiah.
I want to go with Joe Burrow. I know he's playing well, but I think that the defense of the Buffalo is better. So I'm going with Buffalo.
Okay. Kent.
I don't think they're going to stop Burrows. Give me Cleveland.
Cleveland?
Cincinnati.
There you go.
Different Ohio team. I like it.
Wrong Ohio team. Right?
Yeah, that's okay. You were close enough. It makes it work. Bengals get the job done there. Okay, Monday Night Football. The Chargers at 3-4 against the Jets, who are
Another
at 4-3.
excellent primetime game.
Yeah. Monday night,
please. 3 Chargers primetime games in a row. What? What's wrong with that?
I just don't like either of these teams. I don't like watching either of them. I think they're gross football.
Gross football. It's fair. Kent, we'll let you start on this one.
I'll take the
Jets. I'm going to take the Chargers on the road. Isaiah?
Kellen Moore,
Chargers.
Jets.
Getting it
I know
done
how to
in
spell
MetLife.
Let's go with the Jets.
I'm going to take the Chargers. I think they bounce back.
Okay. Can the Cowboys put together their best game of the year? Cowboys Eagles on Sunday, 3:25 Central Time. It's a matchup, of course, that everybody looks forward to in this division every year. Kent, we'll start with you. Cowboys Eagles, what's the score and who's winning it?
I think it's going to be a close one, but I'm very hopeful after watching Dak use his legs more than we've seen in quite a while. I think he's going to use that mobility we saw the last 2 games, and I'll take the Cowboys 27-24.
27-24 Cowboys. Kent, thank you so much for all the support for the cereal on the guest line, on the text line, and then, of course, being our guest picker today. Good luck for your selections, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Thanks, guys.
There he goes. Kent in Las Cruces. You like Las Cruces?
I do. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
I've spent a lot of time there in El Paso. I'll go ahead and take the reins on this one. I think this is going to be a really high-scoring game. I think it's going to be 38-35 final score. It's going to come down to I think it's going to come down to the final minutes. I just really love both of these offensive matchups. But I think I'm going to take the team that has a little bit more talent on the offensive side of the ball. And I'm going to take the Eagles, 38-35.
Okay. There you go. One down. He took the Eagles. Isaiah is shocked. Isaiah can't believe it. Wow.
I guess you're next, Isaiah. You gotta go next.
I'll say this really quick, though. If this game was in Dallas, I think I'd be going the other way.
Okay.
With the way both of these teams have been playing right now, it's just that it's that home field advantage.
We got to hustle up. Isaiah.
33-27, Philly.
33-27, Philly. I'm going to. I feel more confident about this game now than I did earlier in the week, but I'm still going to say Philadelphia. Mostly because they're on the road. And I think each home team wins a game in this series. I think Dallas will win it back at AT&T Stadium later in the year, but I think Philadelphia wins it. I do think it's going to be a tight game. 31-28, Philly. They win it by a field goal. All right, Josh. First pick'em of the year.
The Eagles
save it.
The Eagles will score. They will score. They're going to score it. I'm going to say at least 24, maybe 27 points. I'm going to give them 27. But give me the boys for putting up 35 points on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Let's go.
In their house. Let's go.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I hate the Eagles more than anything. Worst franchise in sports.
They have a sandwich to their name. That's
first one.
That's their national contribution.
It's gross.
A sandwich.
I hate it. First touchdown of the game, any team. Go. Very quickly.
Dallas Goedert.
Okay.
What was the question? Sorry.
First touchdown of the game. First individual to score a touchdown, either team.
Deron Bland.
Ooh, wow.
DeAndre Swift.
4? Wow. Okay.
DeAndre Swift.
Swift.
Yep.
I'll go. Lord. Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard gets in the.
I thought you were saying the Lord. The Lord.
The Lord always wins. Okay,
Yeah,
we
he
know
does,
that.
he
We
does.
know that. All right, that does it for us here on Talkin Cowboys. Hope you had as much fun as we did throughout the week previewing this matchup. We'll be back on Monday to break it down for you at 9 a.m. Central Time. Win or lose for the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys pregame live getting started at 2 p.m. Central Time on DallasCowboys.com. Isaiah Stanback will be on that coverage, and he'll look just as good as he does now on that coverage. For Isaiah Stanback, Chris Beam, Josh Rodriguez in his debut.
Rodriguez.
Nick Harris, I'm Kyle Yeoman saying so long from the Star in Frisco. We'll see you on Monday. Go Cowboys!
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?